All right, today is a good day. You know what I mean? My Packers, we got that dub, and then the Suns ended up getting a dub today too, which I will take. You know what I'm saying? It's a good day. You know what I'm saying? It was a good day today. So we got the Suns, and we got you know what I'm saying. We got the Blazers. Welcome back to another episode of that Stay Off My Grass podcast. You got your boy Suns fan Randy in the building. Yeah, so man, we got the Blazers, man. I wish Da would have played today. But you couldn't really tell that he wasn't playing just by his interaction and just how he was so active on the bench today. It was so crazy. I ain't never seen him up so much and cheer so much for you know what I mean. Like it was crazy to see a little bit, but or root so hard. It was crazy to see a little bit, but I will say this. I want to start it off with some positivity. I do think that we look better. You know what I'm saying? Like we look like we put it together, an actual solid game. I would say probably like a good, just being honest, I'd probably say we put together a good 36 minutes of basketball. You know what I mean? I liked how the ball was zipping. I liked how in the first three quarters we was getting a bunch of good looks, which is like rare for this team. You know what I mean? Which is rare and something new to see that, okay, like it seemed like every possession in the first three quarters, we was actually getting like decent looks. And even though people don't want to hear, or like even myself included a little bit, like we don't really want to hear that we need a point guard talk or whatever. But this is what I will say: we need a game manager. Like one of the three needs to be a game manager, or step up, or whoever needs to be a game manager in the sense of making sure that coming down, we get a good look every single time. You know what I mean? And I feel like for the first three quarters, we definitely did that. Like we definitely, and it felt like one of those games where it was just like, honestly, this is like the first time I feel like we had one of those games where it was like, honestly, our offense is going to be our defense tonight. You know what I mean? Like just the way that they was playing defense, couldn't really stop nobody, couldn't really, you know what I'm saying? Scoot Henderson had a decent game, even though he finished with like, I think like 26 or something like that, but he took 23 shots to get there or something. So I'll take that. Anthony Simons, we kind of kept him contained, but I really wish that we would have went at him a little bit more just to tire him out. You know what I mean? Just to get him out the way early. Just be like, all right, like let's make him play on offense and defense. But like I said, I feel like I appreciated the way that the ball was moving. We was getting good looks. And yeah, so it was efficient. Katie missed a couple early ones. Book missed a couple early ones. Bill, you know what I'm saying? But at no point in this game was I really concerned for real up until the fourth, and that's what I will say. And I'll get to like I guess the negative side of it. Like I can't accept things in a win that I wouldn't accept in a loss. You know what I mean? Like the fourth quarter is still an issue with this team. Like that's just where we at right now. Just like the fourth quarters are bad. Like I don't know how do we fix it at this point. And like I said, if we're not gonna go the point guard route, since I guess the trade rumors is around going around is that we're looking to get another athletic wing. So I guess that means that we're not we don't believe in KBD, we don't believe in Yuta. Rightfully so, even though I feel like KBD kind of got the short end of the stick, but like we don't believe in Josh Okogie and some of these other pieces, which I feel like I'm not necessarily mad at because I do think about it. I do think about it often. Like, how are we gonna guard Giannis when he comes to town? Like, who is guarding Giannis? You know what I mean? I appreciate KD been stepping up and guarding the other team's best player. You know what I'm saying? Guarding Kawhi, guarding LeBron, guarding. You know what I'm saying? He was guarding Anthony Simons a lot of the game today, and I feel like I appreciate that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like I want KD to be KD, and I want him. I'd rather him go out and score 40 and take a break on the defensive side than having using him both ways and then still leaning on him in the fourth quarter, which I feel like isn't fair to him. But especially being like what 35, 36 or whatever. So yeah, so that's something I constantly think about, and I don't know why we continuously roll out Grayson Allen because I appreciate Grayson Allen. Don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, we need a better defender. Like I get it, he can shoot, and you know what I'm saying. He shoot at an efficient clip, and he can kind of ball handle a little bit. But I feel like he don't bring enough offensively to where it's like okay, like on depending on the day, depending on the day. I feel like depending like if I knew for a fact what I was getting from him, you know what I mean, like every single night out, then it'd be different. You know what I mean? Like if I knew that okay, Grayson Allen's gonna come down and knock 6 threes, 6 to 8 threes down, you know what I mean, then it'd be different. But it's just like you never really know. But I feel like even Grayson Allen's lows ain't that bad. You know what I mean? Like him having a bad game ain't really that bad. But like I said, I do feel like I'd rather have a defender in that role just so we can have somebody that's gonna guard the other team's best player every night. Like I said, I'm looking at PJ Tucker. There's been some talk about Kenyon Martin Jr. I'm not really the biggest on, but I appreciate like he can go get us multiple looks and go get offensive boards and crash boards and stuff like that. Just athletic guy that you know what I'm saying, you kind of need. So I get it, but I feel like if we go in KJ Martin, then I'd rather have Josh Okogie. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? Like, I don't think that there's much of a big difference between Josh Okogie and King Martin Jr. Sadiq Bey, maybe. I wouldn't have been mad at DeJounte Murray. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I like that. I like that because I feel like the West is definitely guard heavy. And so, like, I feel like DeJounte Murray is a guy that we can use that can fix two problems with one stone. You know what I mean? Like, he can fix the point guard problem and he can fix the athletic kind of wing because he's kind of big for his size. Athletic guard, or you know what I mean, that can guard the other team's best player on a nightly basis. So I don't know. I don't know. I trust in James Jones for now, still, even though like our record is what it is. But you know what I mean? So it is what it is. But back to the game. Um, I appreciate Bill today. You know what I mean? Bill was being real aggressive, and I just feel like somebody at the end of the day has to wake up and just be like, all right, I'm taking over the fourth quarter because our fourth quarters are atrocious. Like at this point, like it's getting ridiculous. Like where we let teams back in, and I feel like if we was playing a better team tonight, we might lose this game. Like realistically, like the momentum was there, and they just couldn't hit shots like later on. And I feel like I'd rather not be preying on them to miss shots than you know what I mean, than actually executing our stuff and just relying on our skill to bring it home. So the fourth quarter is still an issue, but I do think that the big three do look better, like overall, just like overall. And I appreciate the ball movement. I would like to see like a KD and Booker screen. I would like to see what they look like in a pick and roll together. I would like to see that. We use it a little bit against the Lakers. Hopefully, we go back to it more in the playoffs because I feel like that's when it'd be most effective. But I'm not liking how much we don't use it. But maybe that's Frank's like, all right, like I'm gonna just keep this in the tuck for you know what I mean for the playoffs. But speaking of playoffs, I've been really cringing at like trying to like I really don't want to look at the standings in the West, but right now we sitting at number 8, which ain't too bad. So I guess we just need a couple teams to lose. You know what I mean? Like at this point, because I feel like even if we can get like lock in that 7 seed, I wouldn't be mad. Like I said, I don't mind playing OKC in the first round. I don't mind playing Minnesota in the first round. And I don't mind playing like New Orleans again in the first round. So I don't know what we got to do to potentially get there, but if we can get that 7 to you know what I mean, like 7 to maybe like 6 seed, like I think we should, or not 6 because then we play in Denver. So I feel like 7 is what I'm aiming for. You know what I mean? Like I'm not really mad at the 8 seed. Like I'm not really mad at it, but yeah. So hopefully we can clinch it, or like hopefully we can put together some wins, get a playoff spot, and so we don't have to be in a play-in and shit like that. So because we definitely don't want to do that. But like I said, man, all in all, it was a good game, a good night. You know what I'm saying? Book went crazy. You know what I mean? He scored, what I think he finished with 30, 34. So he's kind of getting back to his whole self, which I appreciate. Efficient tonight. Couldn't knock down no threes, but it is what it is. But like I said, we getting there. We can build off this. We can build off this dub, man. But until next time, peace.